this evening. How are you today?
So, Rick, we know this is probably going to be in many different foreign languages, right? It's going to be available in
I would assume so.
Okay. Do the Biff, Bam, Pow things also go in foreign?
Honestly, that's a great question. As far as I know, that wouldn't be something that would be translated.
The comic books were the sound effects were translated.
Yeah.
I saw one in Spanish, and it had the upside down exclamation point at the beginning. I mean, they went all in on it. So who knows?
Huh. Yeah, it's a great question. I'll be interested to see.
You know, this isn't obviously your first DC rodeo, but what were you trying to do with, especially trying to capture the tone here without sort of making it self-parody?
Kind of taking it seriously, you know. I mean, the situations that they're in, you know, can be pretty solid, tied to a giant tray of TV dinner. But the consequences are not. You know, I think that's kind of, I don't know. I think that goes a lot of way to selling how camp is played. You know, it's not. Obviously, it's funny, and there's humor in it, but it's not necessarily parody. You know, it's not making Batman silly. It's putting him in these situations that he takes serious, and then letting it play.
To that point, you know, part of the inherent humor of the show was that it was real life people actually in the costumes and doing the things that seem so off the wall. You know, translating that to animation, how were you able to walk that line as far as your approach?
I'm sorry.
Well, the show, part of what made the show so funny is that it was actually real people.
Yeah.
You're now dealing with people who, you know, they're animated. It's not quite the same thing. How do you walk that line when you're, you know, writing or directing in terms of telling that story and not having it fall into parody?
Well, I think that's a little more for you guys to decide, for the audience to decide. We just try to, I know, from my view, I just tried my best to. We played these characters a little bit more realistically, and I think if you see the designs that we created for them, they're not quite as stylized because we're doing likenesses and things like that. And then it's just kind of almost playing it straight, you know, and letting Adam West Batman do that, and not making it overly cartoony or, you know, and the script goes a long way to that too. It's not, it's very different than like the DC stuff in that, you know, that's humorous, but it's more of like Looney Tunes, slapstick, physical comedy type of humor than what this is, which is a lot more dialogue driven. There are visual elements to the humor as well, but, you know, not in the way that they're doing physical gags.
Can I ask you, the 60s TV series was very bright and colorful, you know, and it was like the beginning of color for TV almost at the time, but did you take that into consideration when animating it?
Well, I mean, I think it had to be colorful, it had to be bright, you know. It's a lighter version of Batman. You know, he's got, you know, he's in the blue and gray. He's got the eyebrows. You know, it just lends itself to a lot of color. And I think, you know, when you eventually see the film and you watch the title sequence, it's really an homage to not just the show, but the comic books, the classic comic book covers of Batman. Detective Comics through the years. I think that really sets the precedent of what we were trying to accomplish here was, you know, to homage the show, but not, you know, follow it slavishly and let it be something larger, you know, incorporate more from, you know, Dick Sprang stuff and Jerry Robinson stuff.
No, go ahead.
So you're working with Adam Westport or even Julie Newmar, but you're also bringing on Steve Weber and Thomas Lennon.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what does that whole sort of feel like? I mean, because that's generation for comedy right there.
No, it was fantastic. I mean, I was particularly excited that we used Thomas Lennon.
Chief O'Hara of all things.
Right? I mean, but he's great. He's great. And he seemed to be such a fan of what we were doing as well. It was just, what's funny about that is like, when you get into working on these things, like, at least for myself, I'm so focused on doing the boards and this and that, when it comes time to do the voice record and stuff, and James, especially being the producer, is much more involved with the casting and stuff. So I just show up to the voice record on that particular day, and they're like, oh, we've got Thomas Lennon. I was like, Thomas Lennon? That Thomas Lennon?
Yeah.
And then he walked in, I was like, oh my God, it's Lieutenant Dangle.
I mean, are you like an old fan of the state as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I love all that stuff. That's the kind of comedy that I am actually into. Burning Love.
Oh,
Burning
yeah.
Great. Yeah, just amazing.
And all that group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan.
What about like the lines that, harken back to the series, like, be careful crossing the street, Robbie.
That actually became one of my favorite gags in the whole film. Like, I think when it was originally boarded, there was some talk of, well, do we show them to cross the street at the end? Or of course, we have to. It's crosswalk, old chum, all the old chums. Yeah, it's great. It was great fun to be able to harken back to that era, and it's really like there's a great interaction that Batman and Robin had back then. It's kind of meant to be maybe a little bit impetuous kid, that's geez, you're right, Batman. He's like learning his lessons. And, there's something really charming about that. And the friendship that they have, that was great. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the character designs, like using Gordon as an example? Because you have the rights issues to some of the actors visually and not others. So a little bit of the decision making, like famously Neil Hamilton is not part of the license,
Right.
but you need to have Commissioner Gordon. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I think that's where you kind of you have to deviate, right? And you draw from comic books that have been done, and just kind of like classically, what does Gordon look like? He's got a mustache. He's got a mustache, I think some of those decisions were. Plus, here's the thing: that show was taken from the comics of the time, right? Like almost directly translating what was actually happening. So it's not too difficult a thing to go back to. We were drawing from that source material anyway, so it made sense.
Mr. Morales, I have it's a twofold questions, and thank you for the interview, by the way. Number one, if it's as successful as it's expected to be, and I think it will they call you again to do the sequel? And if not, are there any future plans for yourself? And I'm going to hint, maybe Young Justice, possibly coming back.
I can't speak to Young Justice. I'm not involved in that. As far as the second one of these, I would absolutely love to do another one of these. I mean, this is a dream project for me, and I couldn't think of anybody better to work with on it than James Tucker. He really knows this stuff better than he's just a fountain of knowledge. And I'd totally be up for it. But as far as myself, there are things that I'm working on.
You're working on, okay.
Would you ever adapt another live-action version of Batman, like we were sitting around talking about the Joel Schumacher version of how
I might stay away from that one.
way to redeem it?
I don't think it needs to be redeemed. I think it can just be left. You know what? Look, I was a child of the '80s and '90s, and Michael Keaton was, you know, a big influential Batman for me. I think there are any number of things that you could potentially go back and do.
The original Batman series had Robin is totally hole in the donut and stuff like that. When you hear Robin,
Yeah, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Yeah, we tried to draw on you know, a lot of those kind of really well-known tropes.
How did you discover the show yourself, and what are some of your favorite episodes?
So I remember being 5 or 6 years old, and my older sister and I would watch it every day in the summertime when we were home. I think it was shown in the afternoon, and we had our whole day kind of scheduled around it. We'd go out to the pool, we'd come home and make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and then we'd watch Batman. As far as favorite episodes, you know, I kind of go back. There's a lot of great stuff, obviously, but I kind of go back to the first episode. You know,
I remember when the show was so popular, Batman was on the cover of TV.
yeah,
Really hot.
yeah.
I lived through that. It was the hottest show on TV.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
Where did I grow up?
Yeah.
Los Angeles area, Burbank.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, very much.